Welcome to Ohio Valley Wrestling. My name is Casey, and I'm going to be your host today for the best of OVW 2017. And when we talk about the best of 2017, we're talking about some of the greatest matches and stories. This company's... What is this? Give me that mic, kid. Cut. Who hired this idiot? I got news for you, buddy. You've been outcasted. Luckily for you people at home, I got a new leading man, and it's me. So get ready for some action!
Than good.
Shannon the Dude just took a cheap shot at Tony Vanetti, slugged him right across the face.
And look at the smile on Shannon's face. He's enjoying inflicting this pain and enjoying getting in the head, but Tyler Matrix intercepted Revolver that time.
Matrix wasn't going to let the Revolver stop him this time.
Smart move, taking the chance to take a timeout.
A veteran tactic from Adam Revolver, trying to stop the press and the momentum of his opponent on the opposite side of the ring. And if you could only be on the inside of that conversation, what do you imagine that Revolver is telling Shannon the Dude?
He's laying down some strategery for the rest of the match. Or not necessarily the rest of the match, the next plan that he has. Adam Revolver doesn't have just one plan. He has plan A, he has plan B, he has plan all the way up to Triple Z.
Well, for once I agree with you 100%, Dr. Ted.
Absolutely. That's my expert opinion. Whoa. Shannon pie-faced Tony Vanetti, and that's not how you clothesline.
It's like Shannon the Dude ran into the side of a radio station wall.
I think Shannon about threw his own arm out trying to clothesline Tony Vanetti. Man.
Every time that Shannon the Dude clotheslines Vanetti, it's like he's running into the wall, and I think his little Speedo is going to fall to the ground. This man looks like a buffoon. Look, his crack is hanging out.
I can't defend it. As much as I want to.
Crack kills.
Oh, man. You know, I have my doctor of physical therapy degree, but after seeing this match, I wish I had a psychology degree, because I'd probably make a lot of money after this match giving counseling to these fans.
Little ring around the rosy here, and Shannon the Dude makes the tag. I'm not sure that Tony Vanetti saw it, but the referee did.
Well, it's a cat and mouse game right now. But who's the mouse?
Adam
and
Revolver.
Who's the pussycat?
He made the legal tag. Tony Vanetti didn't see it, and Adam Revolver once again takes advantage of the situation. Smart wrestling by Adam Revolver.
That's some upper crust tag team strategy right
Absolutely.
there.
Look, this is the worst thing that can happen. Vanetti, a radio superstar who's had a few dabbles in professional wrestling, should not be in the ring with a Triple Crown champion. Wait a minute! Suplex! Tony Vanetti just suplexed Adam Revolver!
And tagged in Tyler Matrix with a missile dropkick from the top rope. And Shannon the Dude gets out of the way, but Matrix now with those educated feet.
Matrix rallies out of the gate.
Wow. Uh-oh. Adam, get out of there, Adam.
Matrix looks like he's going for the swanton here, but the Dude...
Dude tries to intercept Tyler Matrix and gave Adam Revolver just enough time.
Yeah, causing just enough distraction to do just that. Distract, but not disqualify.
Somebody turn up the burner, because here comes the heat from Adam Revolver. He's going to lay in the Tyler Matrix and show him why he is the best tag team wrestler in the history of this company.
Oh, sure. Now Shannon the Dude tags in now. a brave DJ now.
And remember, this is where it all started. Animosity between Shannon the Dude and Tyler Matrix. In fact, it was at a Christmas party at the end of 2016 where a fun, customary tag team or a television title match between the then champion Tyler Matrix and a broadcaster. Well, I made the recommendation, why does Matrix face Shannon the Dude? Well, Shannon the Dude believes that he beat Matrix that night, and that ever since OVW has been holding it back, hiding the victory. That's what gave birth, ladies and gentlemen, to the Radio World Heavyweight Championship.
That's why I don't ever go to Christmas parties. Only bad things can happen. It's Adam Revolver now tagging Shannon the Dude in.
Yeah, you mix these guys together with a little liquid courage, and you don't know what they're going to try to do.
Oh my God!
Holy moly!
The Dude's going to go all the way up to the top rope, high risk, and pull off a Macho Man Savage style double axe handle.
That was savage in every sense of the word. Brutal.
Brilliant. So Gilbert, you were unbiased earlier. I have to be biased on this one earlier. Or I can't even get. I'm so excited watching my former tag team wrestler in the ring. They're doing awesome. I can't help myself.
Well, I will say that
A sickening thud.
the Dude and Matrix, or Dude and Revolver are work. Oh my God, is he gonna?
We're going to see a flying dude.
He's gonna break every bone in his body.
If it's his pinky bone, Shannon the Dude doing a little Jackie Fargo strut.
Now that's a chop. Tyler Matrix begin to light up the chest of both Revolver and Shannon the Dude. And I don't know who's gonna turn beet red faster.
Shannon keeps turning his shoulder, not letting. He does not want any more of those chops. Oh!
Oh shit!
And that's not funny right there. Tyler Matrix going right into the steel stairs.
Now the fun and games are over now.
That was an ugly landing into the stairs there. Tyler Matrix looks like he's hurt. I may have heard a bone crack there.
His shoulder could be separated, his collarbone could be detached. It was a sickening thud, and the air just fell out of Davis Arena. And excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, for my language.
Adam, classic sleeper hold. Again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. This has put away many an opponent.
And this is one of Revolver's patented maneuvers. And after that hard shot to the steel stairs for Matrix, I gotta wonder if the young lion's gonna go into hibernation very quickly here.
And Revolver with that maniacal look in his face. That's telling a story right there. Enjoying the life just sapping out of the body of Tyler Matrix.
You know, after what I can only assume will be the victory here in the next few moments, do you think Adam and Shannon will then profess themselves to be the Radio Tag Team Champions? We can only hope so.
No, I don't think they'll call themselves the Radio Tag Team Champions. I think it'll be the Radio... Wait a minute, and Matrix is still alive. I thought that hand may have fallen for a third time. I think they'll call themselves the Radio World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions.
Good point, Gilbert. Brilliant commentary by you.
But a bag suplex by Tyler Matrix. Both Revolver and Matrix are down. Both need to get over and make that important tag.
Young Lion going on all instincts right here. I don't even think Matrix knows where he is right now.
This is a critical moment in the match. Whoever can get to their respective corner first is going to get the advantage here. Adam Revolver calling quick. He makes it to Shannon the Dude. Here comes the opportunity they need to get back on top.
And the Dude stops Matrix.
Grab him, Adam. Grab him. Don't let him get there. There we go.
But Matrix fights off both Revolver and the Dude. And here comes a fresh Tony Vanetti with a clothesline and another. Vanetti is clearing house. First a suplex, now a scoop and a slam.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Tony Vanetti is going to town.
Vanetti is on fire.
I can't believe. I mean, he is laying waste to shit. Oh no.
No, Adam Revolver from behind. Vanetti was turning them into spaghetti as Tyler Matrix.
Jacks the jaw of Revolver, sends him to the floor. The referee's losing control of this one. Matrix soars!
Huge high-risk maneuver by Tyler Matrix.
Are the Dude and Vanetti still the legal men in this matchup, guys?
I know the action got so crazy for a second. I don't know who's the legal. I would assume so, with them being in the ring, but it's almost too quick to call.
It doesn't look like there's anything legal going on here.
Oh no! Oh no! Is it a
The pile driver.
That's a banned maneuver in Kentucky.
Uh-oh.
Vanetti looks like he's going for a figure four. But I don't think he's got it on very well. But I don't think that Shannon the Dude is very strong.
This maneuver's put away several wrestling legends.
Those chicken legs look like they were about to snap. And hold on a minute.
And Revolver, Tyler Matrix fighting on the floor while that figure four is locked in. There's powder in the face. Shannon the Dude throws powder in Tony Vanetti's face.
And the referee's dealing with the fight on the floor and doesn't see it. Oh no!
This is awesome.
STD! DDT!
Tony Vanetti's blinded.
No, 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 no!
The winners of the match, the team of Adam Revolver and the self-proclaimed radio heavyweight champion, Shannon the Dude!
This is a travesty! This is a shame! And the evidence is literally written all over Shannon the Dude!
This might be one of the greatest nights in the history of this arena. I'm loving it.
Oh, come on. Andy Kaufman's rolling over in his grave right now at the sight of this.
There's so much powder in the air, I can't even see or talk!
By hook or by crook, Adam Revolver and Shannon the Dude are victorious.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
You see this title? It's the television title, and it's a very important title. But when I held it, it was even more important. You see, I took this championship to the likes it's never seen before. I made it the motion picture championship. I made it bigger and grander and bigger and grand.
What are you doing with my title?
Look, man, look, it's just a prop.
Why don't you stay out of my bag?
Just a prop, man.
Just a prop. Yeah, it's just a prop, bro.
Of course, the story about Randall Floyd, he was 95-5 in collegiate wrestling out of the Indianapolis University, on his way to the Olympics in 2016, and had it not been for an ill-timed concussion, many are saying that he could have been a champion. But he transitioned into professional wrestling, transitioned to OVW, transitioned into the squared circle, and said on the day that he walked in the door that he would claim the title that he did not win in Rio last year.
Whoa! Well, we thought it might have been came down to a two-on-one situation. Right away, Zoe took care of that.
Animosity certainly between Randall Floyd and Zoe. Floyd is the reason that Zoe is not the champion right now. It was the surprise appearance, surprise alliance between Floyd and DL3 that cost Zoe the title at War Games last month.
Absolutely, and you have to think. Sorry, I got tickled there. Watch the DL3 trying to make a move out here on one big Zoe, and it didn't work out too well once again. But Big Zoe.
Series of hip lock takeovers for the bodyguard, or head of security, as I've heard him also called, Randall Floyd.
Something along those lines, but the man they called Zoe.
A guillotine-like leg drop.
DL3 yells, "I'm champion," but it doesn't look that way. Wait, hold on a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was almost.
Floyd tried to take his chance while Zoe's on his back. Wait a minute, the double clubber.
Well, who would have been the champion at that point?
That's for Stephon Smith to figure out.
I'm kind of glad that it did come down to that, because I think that would have been a confusing situation. But it just goes to show we don't know what is going to happen here in this match.
So what do you make of this? Are the Entourage, DL3, and Floyd, are they on the same page in this triple threat match?
Well, look to me for a second, they might have been. I think it's either going to come down to either 2-on-1, or they're going to self-destruct and give Zoe the opportunity he needs.
Juggernaut coming in like a freight train. Floyd out of the way in just the nick of time.
And it looks to me like Randall Floyd now is finally getting the opportunity he needs to possibly put away the man they call Zoe right now here in the ring. Man, I'm still recovering from that quick rumble we just had. You have the raspiness of my voice, but man, these guys are all three going at it, but Randall Floyd is now running the show, so to speak.
This, ladies and gentlemen, the second of 4 title matches we have in store for you tonight at Reckoning.
There goes DL3 once again.
Earlier tonight, Adam Slade and Kevin Geezer defeated the Legacy of Brutality to become the new OVW Southern Tag Team Champions. And Zoe now trying to get back his television title from David Lee Lorenz III.
It's hard to believe we're only on our second title match of the night. We still have a whole night's worth of action. We've already seen quite a bit here that's bound to have weeks of repercussions going forward.
And again, a combination-like maneuver from the entourage. Randall Floyd almost distracted Zoe. DL3 comes into the ring, and while DL3's caught in a powerbomb position, Randall Floyd takes out the knee.
And there you go. And these guys, I figured they'd find a way to work as a team somehow, but how long it'll last, well, that remains to be seen.
Well, because there are no teams, or there is no such thing as teams in a triple threat.
Well, that's very true. It's every man for themselves.
There can only be one winner.
So then the question becomes if these two can get Zoe down and out.
Case in point, the Star.
Oh! Uh-oh.
And his bodyguard are not on the same page. DL3 just told Floyd to do what he said.
DL3 ducking out of the way. He knew he couldn't match strength with him, but he might be able to get away with his speed. Uh-oh.
Look at
Holy moly!
German suplex to the third power.
Wow. Wow. What strength from the Zoe man himself. Goodness gracious me.
Clean up on aisle 6.
We're gonna need a few extra cleanup guys for that one. And Zoe might finally have his opening right here and get his hands one-on-one with one DL3.
Irish whip, and the Star goes upside down and inside out to the apron here. Stops the Juggernaut in his tracks. DL3 quickly soars the top rope. And again, those high-risk maneuvers, those stunts from the Star just keep on backfiring on DL3.
They are, but the thing is, we've seen a lot of these high-flying maneuvers pay off earlier tonight. DL3 just can't seem to quite make it work for him.
Now Zoe is literally just tossing David Lee Lorenz around.
Uh-oh. We know, it looks like we might know what time it's about to be.
Zoe bomb. Zoe bomb.
Uh-oh.
Zoe hits this and it's over.
No. No. Oh, my gosh. This could, oh, goodness
Floyd
gracious.
hoisted Zoe up in an electric chair.
And he tripped over. I don't even know if DL3 intentionally put himself in that position for them to fall and trip like that. Both these big men are down.
And now it's just turned into a slugfest here between the head of security and the Juggernaut. A right from Zoe.
Oh,
And
man.
a clothesline from Floyd.
Battle of the behemoths right now, as late great Gorilla Monsoon once said, it's the irresistible force against the immovable object. And yet both of them went down.
I'm not sure who got the worst of that one, Man Beast.
I don't think either of them turned out pretty good on that shot. I think both their clocks got cleaned. And Zoe makes it to his feet first.
And I should point out here in a triple threat, ladies and gentlemen, that the champion does not have to be pinned.
Wait a second.
To
Whoa!
lose his title.
DL3 just hit his own bodyguard. Oh!
Well, and his bodyguard just bruised his body.
Well, I can't say he didn't have it coming.
Zoe plants.
Wow.
The real deal. Randall Floyd. Floyd feeling how real the Juggernaut is. The
This
leg
is-
drop, no hook of the leg, and Zoe just a half a second away from regaining the television championship.
You have to wonder if he would have hooked the leg and put his hip flexors at a disadvantage, will he have had the victory right there? But it might not matter because it looks like it's about to be Zoe time.
He's setting up for the Zoe bomb.
He's put away many a competitor, but DL3 now taking advantage of the situation, cutting him off here on the ropes. Oh, it looks like he's slipping a little bit. You know, that fatigue's now setting in here as this match keeps going, Gilbert. Uh-oh, no. Oh, my. He's gonna powerbomb!
A superplex and powerbomb at the same time.
I don't know who got the worst out of the three of them. I mean, Floyd got the power bomb, but to throw two men down like that, not to
The
mention
incredible strength of the real deal. Randall Floyd on display here.
man, I'll tell you, you cannot deny all three of these men won it tonight. All three of these men have desire to win and be the champ.
And we got two semis who just ran right into each other in the middle of I-65.
Goodness gracious, that might have finally been what DL3 needed. This could be it right now, the cover. Kick out on one after that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. DL3 now asking Floyd for help. Is he going to give it to him? Well, it looks like they might finally be on the same page, but I don't think for very long. We'll see.
Well, the strategy in any multi-man match is isolate and conquer, and clearly the entourage is trying to isolate Zoe so that one of them can walk out with the television championship.
Yeah, but which one will it be? But and again, how long will they be on the same page? Because one more bit of miscommunication could be all that Zoe needs to take over and win.
Superhuman strength. Superhuman display of strength from the Juggernaut.
You know, it's just one. It's almost like watching an amazing car crash. One thing after another between Floyd and Zoe.
Zoe just plants his feet. Plants his feet and is taking out everything that comes his way.
And you know, that's smart wrestling right there. You park yourself, let them come to you. You don't waste energy running around. You just clean everyone's clock as they start walking. And a big wheel kick by the Zoe man.
Randall Floyd clearly seeing stars right now. This at times has been more of a tag team match or a handicap match for Zoe than a triple threat.
And then Zoe's not only hungry for a championship, he's hungry making himself a little sandwich.
Cannonball-like maneuver. And Jay Lee,
Oh, wow.
the makeup artist, what is she doing in here?
Now, here's the thing is, you know, usually the referee would disqualify someone for interfering, but in a triple threat,
No,
who wins the match?
What is Zoe doing here?
I don't even think Zoe knew who it was. He just felt someone grab him. And he was going to put him out, whoever it was. But now, Randall Floyd, oh wait, what's he going to do now? Oh, goodness.
Floyd with the Olympic slam, my God!
What the?
DL3 stole it! The Star stole it!
The winner of the match and still OVW Television Champion, Robbie Lee Lawrence the
Well,
third.
Floyd finished so off, and David Lee Lawrence the third hits the bone.
You'd have to wonder. I mean, he picked the spot and he got it, but
For the second month in a row, Floyd has done the dirty work, but DL3 has left with the title.
wow, this is going to boil over. I'm curious to see what happens between the three of them going forth here.
I hear what you're saying, but you're standing alone. Now with you and me here, this place is gonna explode. Saturday night, you bet there's gonna be a fight. Under the lights, I'm gonna be ready to fight.
Never forget the importance of the role of the leading lady. And I'm the leading lady because I'm the women's champion. And you're about to see just how that came about.
Sexiest women's champion at that.
To have her chance to finally overcome the odds and win the championship, I think tonight she's finally ready to finish this journey and become the OVW Women's Champion.
You know, I don't know much about Jay Lee as an in-ring competitor. We've only seen her as one of the entourage's extras, the makeup artist for that faction.
And look at Callie showing some strength and possess, throwing Jay Lee right down.
But David using his, David I should say, using his producing
And
heel-making skill sets to score this match for his makeup artist, trying to bring more gold into the entourage.
Absolutely, and you have to thank Randall Floyd's waiting in the wings for his opportunity.
Yeah, kind of interesting that Floyd's not out here right now after the triple threat match earlier tonight.
So I'm sure he's probably a little bit upset over the outcome of that contest. Oh, hold on! DL3 just pulled Callie off the apron. Callie looks a little rocked. But she's going after DL3.
I hope she punches him square in his face.
I hope she does too. Look at DL3 begging off, not wanting any piece of. Hold on! Jay Lee saw an opportunity open up by Callie going after DL3. Looks like she's getting the advantage now. You gotta remember, Callie was ready for Mickey Knuckles, ready to take on the fight to her.
I'm not taking anything away from Jay Lee, but if Callie was prepared for Mickey Knuckles, then she should be prepared for Jay Lee.
I would think so. It almost feels like a formality here.
If you're prepared for the devil, you should certainly be ready to fight the makeup artist.
Yeah, and absolutely. And look, Callie already turning around. You know, it's almost a 2-on-1 situation for Callie, and Callie's still able to fight the odds.
Yeah, what
in her
Callie may
favor.
not be prepared for is the meddling and numbers game that the entourage brings. And by that I mean David Lee Lorenz, the third on the outside of the ring. Callie's in trouble, but she's out in 2. But we've told the story before. Callie is a fighter. When you look at her, you don't realize everything that this woman has been through. She was attacked by a dog at a very young age, was in a hospital in a coma for nearly a year, had to learn to speak again, had to learn to walk again, had to learn her own name. It's like starting life all over.
Absolutely. So, I mean, she's no straight. Oh, hold on. A series of covers here. Will one of them end up getting the victory here? Not quite. But you're right. Callie has had a lifetime of overcoming the odds, and she has succeeded. It only seems right. Things come full circle here tonight. She finally does what she needs to do to become the next OVW Women's Champion once again.
We've seen one title change hands here tonight in the new Southern Tag Team Champions, Adam Slade and Kevin Hughes. A one title match to go after this bout, and that one, as they say, is for all the marbles. The OVW heavyweight title bout. The Young Lion, Tyler Matrix, and the Snake, Adam Revolver.
Callie manages to pull out a neck breaker right there, but I think she might have accidentally taken a little bit more on her head than she had intended.
Referee begins to lay in the dual 10 count. And I gotta wonder here, if he gets to 10 and neither one of these femme fatales rises, then what's the status of the OVW Women's Championship?
Right, what happens then? I mean,
looks like we won't have to find out. Callie stirs first.
At least not at this point. As this match continues on, though, and the fatigue sets in, they might not be able to answer the 10 count.
Series of offense here from Callie, who is a former OVW Women's Champion. She defeated Maddie Max in May of 2017, but saw her reign ended by Mickey Knuckles.
Absolutely, it was cut short by one Mickey Knuckles, and Callie's been spending the entire summer trying to fight her, trying to get her title back, and now she has an opportunity to finally get a bit of redemption.
And I really believe that tonight would be Callie's night against Mickey. Remember, she shocked the world when she won a
1, 2,
4-woman or
3
3.5 woman.
That was her opportunity. She just had Jay Lee down for the 3 count, but the referee wasn't there because DL3 was causing the distraction.
DL3 knew exactly what he was doing
Hold on,
here.
but
Knew
there's
exactly
Jay Lee.
what he was doing here.
Wait a
Feet
second.
on the rope. The upset of a lifetime.
Your winner and new OVW Women's Champion.
What?
She is Jay Lee.
You have got to be kidding me.
What just happened?
The makeup artist is the women's champion. The entourage holds half the titles in Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Welcome to the show. Do you really want to know? Taking all you're giving and I'm never gonna go. Whoa, baby, welcome to the show.
I am Roman! No, I'm Roman! Cut! Come on, there can't be two of you, now there's no climax!
You said climax.
I did say climax.
That's cool.
Jay Lee!
Climax.
I said climax though.
You know what climax?
Last week on OVW television, Billy O was so close to revealing who's been under that mysterious, creepy black cape.
I don't know who he is. All I know is after the TVs were off last week, I tried to get an interview with the guy, and he ended up clotheslining me, and it hurt.
Did you get a look at who it might be?
I have no idea. All I know is whoever it is, they are strong, and they hit hard.
We don't know who he is, we don't know why he's here, we don't know when he will strike, and we don't know what his beef is with Billy O and Aloysius. Both of them have been looking for the Masked Man, or on a hunt for the Masked Man for the last 3 weeks.
Well, it makes you wonder if at some point tonight, whether during this match or later on, can you imagine if he ran in on the main event, what would happen?
It would be more chaos, exactly what Michael Hayes would want.
Well, that's true.
Cover here, shoulders on the mat, and DL3 is out in 2 last month. Billy O and Aloysius Hamilton defeated the Stars production team, Colton Cage and Dustin Jackson, in a tag team match.
Well, hold on.
Billy O on top, and another near fall.
DL3, he's probably still a little bit rocked after Jesse Bell unfairly attacked him during the women's title match not too long ago.
Excuse me, what?
After he unfairly got attacked by Jesse Bell in the title match. I mean, he's still probably a little shaken after all that.
DL3, both legs are hooked. Once again out in 2. Houdini, the man with concrete feet.
I don't know if that's legal. I mean, that's technically a foreign weapon if you have concrete in your shoes.
It just means he's got a heavy daddy toe. And a well-placed knee from Colton Cage to the small of the back on the Magician.
And that's why they are the production team here, Gilbert. They know where to be in the right place at the right time. All right, watch this. This is going to be great. Ready? Oh, man.
Is it?
That was awesome. Yes.
Like a regular scene from Rudy, but Houdini is out in 2.
I'm surprised that was in 3. I think it was a little slow. Joe Wheeler needs to hurry up with the count. I think his shoulder arthritis is catching up with him.
Have you ever had to try to have a conversation with Colton Cage or Dustin Jackson?
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, they tend to carry the conversation themselves.
You can't even get a word in edgewise.
I know, it's pretty great, right? It's entertaining. Less work for you and you're entertained.
Every other word, bro.
Hey, it just comes with the bro territory. Oh, what a bros line. Did you see that?
I thought it was a back elbow.
Oh, that's true. There's a bro kick there.
And now Jackson wasting time as he tries to channel his inner hoop dreams.
Well, that's not enough to stop him. Second time's a charm. Here we go. Oh no.
Blue Chips comes up empty-handed.
He's going for 2 elbows too many. Dustin, I would not do it again. Well, maybe from the other side it'll be better. Oh, man.
Nobody's home for the Space Jam. You're not giving me any credit. These are movies.
Oh, okay, now I get it.
Come on.
I'm a doctor. I don't have time to listen to pop culture and watch the internet.
Opportunity created here. Let's see if Houdini can leap through the open window. He makes a team to the young man, the oceanography graduate out of the University of Florida, Billy O.
Billy O rocking and reeling, the Hollywood hitmaker himself, DL3.
DL3 may want to rewrite this script.
You got to think Spielberg probably is not liking this.
And move out of the way because Billy O's trying to knock the entourage's lights out.
And that wasn't the orange. Oh, wait, hold on.
He's here! He's here! That masked man is here!
The winners of the match via disqualification, the team of Billy O, Aloysius, and Houdini.
The masked man's come back for his chain. Oh my God! And Aloe may have just lost him. Wait a minute! Who is that? Oh my God! Is that? Get a good look. Is that Stu?
No, it's not. It's not. There's no way.
Is that Reverend Stu?
He's a weird-looking man. It kind of, well, I guess it kind of resembles him, but who?
Oh my God!
I have no answers. I don't know what's. Wow.
It's that. No.
It is.
Is it Stu or is it his evil twin?
I hear what you're saying, but you're standing alone. Now with you and me here, this place is gonna explode. Saturday night, you bet there's gonna be a fight. Under the lights, gonna be ready to fight on Saturday night.
And now, the OVW Rewind of the Week.
You see how much love Josh Ashcraft has as the fans are begging for one more pile driver, and they get it.
Again on the head, trying to break the neck in. Now, it's legal for Michael Hayes to hit the Pope, but the Pope saying,
Oh
Hope has been eliminated.
you cannot touch, lay your hands in any way on Michael Hayes. So we are down.
Cash Flow has been eliminated.
Dirty tactics with that pipe again, damn it.
I told you, Michael Hayes had an evil plan. There was a plan B this evening, and this is,
Justin Smooth has been eliminated. The winner of War Games, Michael Hayes.
This OVW Rewind is brought to you by Premier Sign and Display in Louisville, where the goal is to do the right thing every time. OVW and Premier Sign and Display in unbeatable tag team.
All hail the U.S. Army flag.
I'm jaded, I'm bitter,
I'm gonna tell you all about it.
Cut. Are you guys crazy? Are you crazy?
Mike,
You know
crazy.
Mike can't take a joke. Get out of here. Get out of here. Mike, if you're watching this, and I know you're watching this, I greatly respect you because you are our heavyweight champion. And therefore, there's no need to get revenge on me for this. In fact, I'm going to do one better, and I'm going to announce that you are the best match of all of 2017. Oh, you don't like this thing?
Bravo! Match is your main event for the evening. One fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, the challenger to my right. Hailing from Louisville, Kentucky, and weighing in this evening at 225 pounds. He is a former OVW Television Champion, OVW Southern Tag Team Champion, and Nightmare Cup winner, Michael Hayes!
Gilbert, you want to talk about all the things Michael Hayes has done wrong. What about all the things Michael Hayes has done right? He won War Games.
And his opponent, to my left, hailing from Decatur, Alabama, and weighing in this evening at 185 pounds. He is the reigning and defending OVW Heavyweight Champion, the Young Lion, Tyler Mayton!
And as Hayes pointed out earlier tonight, he did not use his War Games clause, which is any match, any time, any place he wants to become #1 contender. He actually, albeit very questionably, became #1 contender after winning, for lack of a better term, a triple threat match several weeks ago on OVW TV.
Hey, the ref raised his hand. That's all that matters. He is the contendership, and he earned it. He didn't even have to use that golden ticket opportunity.
As the referee checks for weapons or any nefarious means, she should check Michael Hayes twice.
I mean, you can use that golden ticket against anyone for any reason. I'd be careful after he wins the championship. He might challenge Dean Hill to a match. Can you imagine? Dean would have to do it.
Certainly no love lost between the majority owner and the #1 contender as referee Charlene McNally presents the title. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. The grandest prize in our company, one of the grandest in all of professional wrestling. Bell sounds, it's main event time. And this one starts with a slugfest.
Yeah, they're starting out swinging.
Hayes has been a thorn in Matrix's side for the better part of 4 weeks. And Matrix, the young lion, strikes first.
He kicked him right in the breadbasket.
Michael Hayes is a master of in-ring psychology. He knows how to get into his opponent's heads, and frankly, that's why I've called him Captain Chaos. He knows how to cause trouble.
Listen, he just knows what it means to go to battle. He knows what it means to go to war. He knows what it is he has to do to survive and to win.
You want to talk about somebody who knows what they have to do? Look at Tyler Matrix. The heart, the will, the drive, the desire, willing to do whatever it takes to see his hand raised at the end of the night.
That is true. He did.
Oh!
Oh!
But right now it is Matrix who's seeing stars after getting sent into the barricade.
Now you have to wonder, I mean, that's a hardwood barricade. I mean, he could have pieces of
and again
splintered wood in his forehead possibly. The ref might want to check it out.
And this is where I say that Hayes is a master of battle strategy. My gosh!
Ouch!
Remember, it was 4 months ago that we didn't know if Tyler Matrix would wrestle again. He suffered a fractured skull in a match. Hayes knows this.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. I was talking to Hayes about it, but he knows that it takes up to a year or more for that soft tissue to fully heal. So it's still at risk. He could refracture his skull.
Hayes was the sole survivor of an IED explosion in Iraq in 2006. At one time, one of the greatest heroes in Ohio Valley Wrestling.
At one time. So he's not still a hero.
Look at the fortitude in Tyler Matrix. And yes, I say it one time. As Hayes just lured in. He lured in Tyler Matrix there. And I say it one time.
Well, just because you don't agree with his actions as of recently doesn't take away all the great things Michael Hayes has done, not only for our country, but for our company.
Do you remember when Michael Hayes said that we should all bow at his feet? Do you remember when this man tried to commit the most despicable, disrespectful act on television, trying to burn the American flag?
You heard him here earlier. He was just having fun. It was obviously a joke. Everyone took him way too seriously, and now he's having to defend himself.
There is nothing heroic about Michael Hayes, if you ask me, his actions as of late. I am not saying that I do not appreciate his sacrifice, but I'm saying his actions as of late have been despicable, have been deplorable, have been anything but respect.
We're talking about overcoming the odds to become the #1 contender in spite of the fact that he's the golden ticket opportunity holder.
Yeah, let's be clear, didn't he interrupt that match twice before? Between Zoe and Gunn?
He should have been in it to begin with. So he said, you know what, you're not going to give me an opportunity, Dean, I'm going to make one. And that's what he did. We all should be so brave to step up in the face of adversity.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
Tyler Matrix can barely keep a knee, barely getting up to his feet. Hayes is just having fun. That's what he's all about, just having fun.
Matrix responded, telling Hayes his argument didn't have a leg to stand on, trying to get into the bitter war hero's head.
Yeah, that was a very classless comment, making fun of, well, not in Michael Hayes' case. Most people, it would be a disability not to have a leg, but in Michael Hayes' case, I think it's almost made him even stronger.
It certainly made him more mean.
Well, we can agree with that, but you know, you got to have a mean streak if you want to be a fighting champion here in Ohio Valley Wrestling.
If you ask me, everything that Hayes has been through has left him a little bit crazed, a little bit kooky, and with a whole lot of contempt.
Look.
Contempt toward the establishment, contempt toward authority, contempt toward majority owner Dean Hill. And that's why Hayes wants to be champion, because he knows that it would get under Dean Hill's skin. But Matrix, trying to thwart that attempt, retain the title. Could he do it here? Buster Gas and Roses.
There it is, there it is.
Hayes is trying to put Matrix out, put him to sleep. That's sickening.
How long can he hold on?
Here.
He's compressing the subglossal nerve.
Ugh.
It makes both of your arms go numb.
Imagine where Hayes' hand has been, and now he's just pressed it underneath the tongue. And will the lights go out now on Tyler Matrix?
The first thing you feel is the world starts spinning around you. You start feeling dizzy. Then you lose feeling in your hands. Then nothing but pain. Till slowly you pass out. But somehow he found his way out of it.
But how many times have we said that Tyler Matrix has that untappable, that untrainable, that uncanny ability to survive? It's on display here once again.
Yeah, but again, he had that mustard gas and roses, that subglossal nerve hold held on for a while. I guarantee Tyler Matrix still feels a little disoriented, a little bit of vertigo, if you will, as this world's trying to get back together in his head. He probably can't even see straight right now.
He can see enough.
Yeah, but for how long?
Aim for the middle, Matrix. He connects with a blockbuster.
Oh, no, no, no.
Matrix trying to put Hayes away here. The lion begins to roar.
Ouch.
And now it's Hayes who's seeing stars.
Well, that'll certainly knock your lights out.
Hayes
to the
connects on the
face.
swanton, and that's it. Floats over into the cover. The leg is hooked, and Matrix has retained.
The winner of the match, and still OVW Heavyweight Champion, Tyler Matrix!
Terrible. It's a travesty.
The Lion is still the leader of the pack here in Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Well, I still, for one, think Michael Hayes gave a heck of a shot, and Tyler Matrix is lucky that he was able to squeak by on Michael Hayes.
Tyler Matrix stepped into the ring with a bitter war vet. He stepped into battle. He stepped into war and won the fight. Now, wait a minute. The match is over here.
Ouch. Hold on, that is a heavy metal leg. That is an almost $100,000 leg.
Titanium leg.
Absolutely. That's harder than any steel chair, than any piece of steel that he could hit him with.
Hayes is just beat down Michael Hayes with a titanium leg. And Matrix hasn't moved.
Hey, Gilbert, you wanna know what my match is? You wanna know what my War Games match is? It's right now.
No.
For the heavyweight title in this ring. Charlene, ring the damn bell.
Can he do this?
Yes, he
Can he do this?
He has the golden ticket. This is his opportunity.
There's already been a hellacious brawl. There's already been a hellacious encounter. Tyler Matrix has already defeated Michael Hayes.
And we're getting the rematch right now. What a moment.
Hayes won War Games in August, which gave him a match with any stipulation, any time, any place that he wanted. I didn't think it would be right now. Mustard, gas, and roses.
Ouch. That's it. Can you believe this? He cashed in.
Shock and awe right now. And Matrix is seeing stars. The cover, don't do it, don't do it.
The winner and new OVW Heavyweight Champion, Michael Hayes.
Travesty.
Justice has prevailed here, Gilbert. Finally.
You call this justice?
It would have been an injustice if Tyler Matrix walked away with that title.
This is despicable.
All I can tell you is this, Gilbert, you may have gotten one thing right, and this night certainly ended in chaos, courtesy of one Michael Hayes, your OVW Heavyweight Champion, like it or not.
Hayes is the OVW Heavyweight Champion. A one-legged war hero winning the OVW title should be one of the proudest moments in our company's history. Instead, with the actions of Captain Chaos, it is shrouded in shame.
Nonetheless, this is one that's going to go down in the history books, Gilbert. A night that nobody will forget. The night that Michael Hayes cashed in and became your next OVW Heavyweight Champion.
Matrix won the battle, but Hayes won the war.